So the main problem or the biggest problem is that most beginners and very many unprofitable traders, they don't have a trading plan. My dear friends, I would like to inform you and remind you, it will be very difficult or it is impossible to register success without a trading plan. This is like life. If you do not know or understand the person you want to be, and assuming, okay, you have understood that you want to be a doctor, but you don't enforce or you don't put into action things that will make you a doctor, definitely you can never become one. Because if you do not attend the classes that doctors attend, you can never become a doctor. So also in trading, without a trading plan, my dear friends, you'll just be gambling, and at the end of the day, you'll always be frustrated. So having a trading plan is a must if you're going to become a profitable trader. Because if you do not have a trading plan, you won't know what will be your entry point. As I said, there are some people that enter the market, for example, at the demand, at the resistance level. When the market is resisted, someone enters into a short position. There are some people that enter the market after the change of character, after the break of structure, after seeing a hammer. There is someone who says that, for me, the moment I see a hammer, then I'm going for a buy position or a long position. So without a proper trading plan, you just be entering the market abruptly, and that is gambling. You're just guessing. You want to know where to apply your stop loss or take profit. In trading, we have the take profit and the stop loss. The reason why we use them is because at a certain point in time, we are human beings. We can't be active 24/7 without resting. You can find yourself that the minute you've just left your phone to check on something, the market has moved, either against you or in your favor. The reason why we set the stop loss or take profit is simply because, for example, you can find out that you entered a buy or long position on a trading pair, and that trading pair moved into your direction, and you had to make $20, for example. But because you never set the take profit and you had gone off your device for some minutes or a minute to check on something or to do something, you come out when the $20 that are profits have reduced maybe to $5, or you find out that the $20 that have been in positive have turned into negative 5. So you would have made profits, but now it is a deficit because you never set the take profit or the stop loss. But you won't have this if you do not have a clear trading plan. So the role of a take profit is to ensure that, for example, you can enter a trading pair and you say, I'm aiming at $10, meaning that even in your absence, even if your internet connection is off, as long as you entered your trade, definitely, as long as the take profit is reached, the trade will be closed automatically. It means you won't lose the opportunity of making the profits. So the stop loss, the role is to ensure that you make minimum losses. Because, for example, you'll find out that because you don't have a stop loss or you never set a stop loss on your trade, you'll find out that the trade moved heavily against you and you lose your entire capital. Assuming you lose $10,000 just in a single trade, you lose $1,000 in a single trade, or you lose the $100 in a single trade. But assume you have $5,000, you can say my stop loss is going to be at negative 10. This means that if the trade I've set moves against me by negative $10, kindly close the trade and it will close automatically with or without your presence. So meaning that you have decided to embrace that loss, then you wait for the next opportunity to re-enter the market. Because what I would like to tell you, my dear friends, is that as long as you still have the trading capital, the market will always present opportunities to you. We need to understand that. So you shouldn't be in competition or rush or do revenge trading. This is life. This is just like life. In life, we ensure that Arafat, as long as you're still breathing, your life can change at any time. The same applies to you. As long as you still have life and you're still breathing, that is why when they're encouraging very many people, they tell them the good things that you still have life. Make sure you live on, make sure you survive. Whether your riches fade away, whether people leave you, but make sure you still have life. Because when you have life, you can bounce back at any time. But without life, you cannot do anything. So also, the trading capital to ensure that it's protected, it is something very important. And the stop loss will help you on that. Because instead of losing $1,000, if I only lose $10, I will have remained with $990. So meaning that I will be in position to enter another trade setup when I see an opportunity which has represented itself in the Forex or the crypto market. So you should also understand how much are you willing to risk. But you won't understand your risk level if you do not have a trading plan because we have different risk levels. But what is appropriate is someone can say, for me, I only risk 1% of my entire trading capital. So, what does this mean? This means that if you have $10,000, $10,000, when 1% of $10,000 is $100. So this means risking means that if you enter a trade and unfortunately it goes against you, if you have $10,000, you will have lost $100, which is not a huge blow because you'll have remained with $9,900. So if you have $1,000 and you're risking only 1%, you'll only be risking $10 in a trade. So losing this $10 won't affect you in a bigger way or a bigger impact because we need to, because someone will say, Arafat, a loss is a loss. But I would like to inform you, my dear friend, that losing is part of trading. If you come into trading and you think that you're going to be making profits, my dear friend, trading might not be the ideal business for you. Because even businesses outside outside the trading, crypto and forex, losses are made. So losses are inevitable in any profession or any business. We make the losses, but as I said, as long as the winning rate surpasses the losing rate, definitely you will be in business and you will be a profitable crypto or forex trader. But losing is part of it, just like challenge is part of life. Failures are part of success. There is no story for anyone that will tell you that I just made it without the setbacks. So the setbacks are there. Despite that, we have the greatest examples in human history. Look at Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Jesus Christ. Look at their biography. Look at their lives. It was not a walkover, but still they accomplished their missions, but they had to face those failures. So we need to also understand that when it comes to trading, and we need to embrace that. That is why we can be two people. Arafat, I make a loss, you make a loss, but you're affected heavily, and Arafat is fine because I understood that this is part of trading. So the moment you also understand it, you will be good to go. So the smart, profitable traders understand one important rule, and that is that your first job, the first thing that you should ensure at all times is not to make money. Your first job is to protect your capital. As I've said, as long as you still have the capital, definitely the advantages or the opportunities to make profits will always present themselves to you in both the forex and crypto markets. Those that have read the book called The Richest Man in Babylon, if you haven't yet read it, I recommend you to read the book called The Richest Man in Babylon. It states the wealth or rich principles. And the first one is capital protection. you need to ensure that your capital is protected at any time and it's accessible. The good thing is that with trading both crypto and forex, your money is accessible. This is not an asset, or this is not a business whereby liquidating your money is hard, because in some businesses it's hard. Here it's just a blink of an eye. Even if you invest your money right now and in the next minute you tell me, Arafat, I need my money back, there won't be anything, there won't be any excuse that I'll give you that your money can't be. Definitely, it can't come back to your pockets or your wallet or into your possession. So before every trade, or before you enter any trade, ask yourself these questions. Why are you entering the trade? That is the first question. Why are you entering the trade? And I know most of us definitely we enter to make the profits. But you are entering to make the profits. Are you doing the guesswork, gambling, or are you entering with the right information and knowledge? The second question is, where will I exit if I am wrong? Here they are meaning the stop loss. Ensure that you set the stop loss onto your trade setup. And how much can I afford to lose? This is the risk we talked about, whereby you only risk 1% of your entire capital. You trade with $1,000, risking $10. It's very okay. You can lose that if you are wrong, or if the market does not go into the favor of your trade setup. So kindly reach out to me if you want to learn Forex and crypto in a smarter, convenient, way, not for hype. Kindly reach out to me via my WhatsApp number, which is in the biography, which is +256 7080505554, or my email address in the biography, which is sevadukaarafat9@gmail.com. See you in the next video.